Hi, everybody. Welcome to Found in Art. I am so glad you're here with me tonight. If you are watching me live, welcome. And if you are catching the replay, I'm so glad you're here. If you're live, we will jump on together for about 15 minutes at the end. So, as always, we are doing a wonderful, just like free painting of like our vibes and our grounding and whatever we're feeling from our grounding session, and our meditation will take into our painting. But for now, like every time, we're going to stand up and stretch, and then we will jump in our meditation. So let's stand up and get our bodies moving a little bit, and we're going to have a great time. So I want you to reach your arms clear up in the air. I whacked my light. Go over. If we zoom to the floor at some point, I apologize for the mess. I've just gotten a ton of paint in and beads. I'm working on a thing, but I have paint boxes of paint and beads all over the floor. So let's go ahead and touch the floor. Oh, there it is. Oh, I'm really trying to get a big stretch right here. I'm going to do it right here. All right, now we're going to stand up. I don't know why it doesn't do it. I'm so sorry. Anyways, I'm going to stand up, go out this way. It's going to be amazing. Try to get a back bend going. And then we're just going to shake our arms out. You just need to shake, kind of get the blood flowing. Gotta get everything moving. It's gonna be so good. We want to feel like the blood flow in our fingertips again, and sometimes we need to like loosen up our joints. I spent my whole day cleaning. I have been just like the biggest funk for like the last couple months, almost since like Halloween. Like it just is for us, it's harvest and then holidays, and then I got really sick at the new year, and now it's now. And I feel like some stuff like just we hadn't deep cleaned, I hadn't dusted, I hadn't like gotten rid of all the negative energy in the house, because sometimes there's just like cracks in places that store some junk, and I felt like we were getting some junk out today, and it felt really good. Just like our bodies, we can actually store all the negative junk, like anywhere you might sweat or need to like wash a lot, so your hair, your underarms, here, in all these places, just gotta get them stretching out. And you gotta, it's like wake everything up. And you gotta get all the negative energy out. Just keep waking up your body. Wake up your fingertips. Wake up your hips. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be a great time. Okay, that's enough of that. We're gonna sit. It's gonna be so, oh my gosh. I'm so happy we can do this today. Like seriously, it's gonna be an amazing time. It is. I don't have a direction for today. I'm going to kind of see where the universe leads us and where we're just like sitting at. So, are you ready? I'm very excited. Get comfy in your chair. You might need your feet on the floor, or like me, you might want to cross your legs. Stretch out your hips a little bit right here. Find a good seating bone, like your sit bones. I'm going to just close my eyes for a minute, kind of just listen in on where my body wants me to be at. I'm gonna do some neck stretches as I'm moving my hips. Ah, yeah. Okay. Yes. Okay. I want us to focus on today, like our minds and our souls are trying to like change something right now and work through something big. And I just kind of want us to tune into what that thing is. Okay. So let's take deep breaths, breathe in and out. Oh, wow. Big yawn. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. Once more, breathe in and out. Okay. Here's what we're going to do next. I want us to really feel the intensity of the passion in our body to work on the thing that we are being led to. There's a change brewing, there's something happening, stirring inside of us, and we need to feel the passion that we are being driven towards that. Okay. So breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. I want you to picture a sapling, little root, little a little seed sitting right in your womb space. And on the next breath, roots are going to burst out. They're going to go straight down your through your tailbone and your spine, through your chair. Okay, ready? Deep breath in and out. Feel your roots go deep. They are grounding you into the earth. They're letting you feel fully where you are sitting. You are noticing where you're planted. You're noticing how deep your roots are going. You're noticing all the beautiful things you're passing in your root system as you're going through the ground, through the earth, through water and soil, through living organisms, through bug homes and crystals, and you're noticing everything, the mycelium network. And at the same time, I want you to extend up through your body and see that this sapling is growing and you are growing a tree. And it is like when the tree is growing, as it reaches your top, it's stretching you and have become one with the tree. And you see the branches going out and you see the growth happening everywhere. You see the leaves and the buds and any fruit or anything that's growing on your tree. And at the same time, you feel yourself stretching and you feel the roots going and you are just extending on and it seems like forever. But inside of you, in your core, in the center part of your trunk, you feel the life force, the liquid that is keeping you moving. You feel it going and you feel it swirling and pumping through every part of you. And it's almost like the tree has a mind because it's yours. You see how strong you are, even when you are pulled in all directions. You see how focused your growth is. You see how all of your parts fit together perfectly. And breathe in and out. You notice every bit of your tree. You can feel it all happening at once. And you breathe in and out. You are strong. You are focused. You are powerful. You extend in all directions, and yet you are so strong. You are a tree. You see your purpose, and you keep moving towards it while being pulled in all the directions and growing and doing all the things you need to do as a tree. You can see it happening. I want you to take a deep breath and out. At the same time, I want you to, in your tree form, notice the season around you. Are you growing in the dead of winter? No, you're not visibly growing in the dead of winter, but your insides are still alive. You are still pumping. Your root system is still active. You are taking up nutrients. You are building things you need to be ready when spring comes. You are getting ready. You are preparing. You are going to have a beautiful thing that you are creating in the springtime. Let's take this thought process and these ideas into our painting today. So if you'd please come back with a deep breath in and out. Take a deep breath in and out. Now this next one, please be in this space with me. Breathe in and out. Okay. So let's go ahead and move over to our artwork, and it's going to be great. Okay, I am here and I'm ready to get this going. So, my friends, I'm going to be doing, I think, a smaller scale. Am I big? Small. Small seems right for me today. I'm going to do this small. I'll put this here. And got my water. Got some brushes. Let me get a couple. I feel like I need to do a mind map today, and these always turn out way different than I intend them to. So I don't even really intend anything anymore. It's just what happens, happens type of thing. So for my mind map, I am tuning into what it felt like to be that tree and to see all the things being pulled and stretched at once, and like the things growing on the inside, even though everything on the outside is cold and dark. So I might physically actually draw that. So I'm going to go in with a brown, and I'm just going to do it this way. We're not going for accuracy right now. We're going for vibes and feelings. All the vibes, all the feelings. This is very much an intuitive art thing. This is very much going to be some grounding art, because the whole time we're doing this, I just want you to be focusing all your energy on what did it feel like to be in that mind space, and what does it feel like to let that feeling out through my hands. So I'm just drawing the trunk really quick. And I'm also going to draw the earth. So first, I want to draw what it feels like to be inside this living tree, like what the energy felt like inside of the tree and as my roots were spreading through. So there's just like a lot of bright colors. You could definitely be doing this with watercolor like me or with markers and pencils. No big deal either way. We are literally just drawing the vibes. That painting the vibes that we saw in our meditation. There's no rhyme or reason. We are just allowing our feelings to feel as like a reminder that it's okay to not appear super active when you are trying to build something inside of you. It's so easy to get caught up in like, new year, new you, work really hard, hit all those goals, set all your, like, dream big and set all your things in like motion and pedal to the metal and grind hard. Like, we go from having to end the year grinding hard to starting the year grinding hard. And then you're like, oh my gosh, everything just seems ridiculous right now. And you don't have to be on top of your game right now. Right now is not the time to be like launching new stuff into the world. Right now is the time to be like resting and preparing for spring and for new life to happen and just for like newness in your life. And a lot of times we get sucked into this culture of right now is the time to do that. But if you look at nature, like nature is not being wild and crazy and like starting new stuff right now. Nature is resting. Nature is getting ready for spring right now by resting. A lot of seeds have to go through this dormant period of like, I can't grow unless I've been frozen. And that's kind of where we're at in our human bodies too right now. We can't grow unless you've been frozen. So while on the outside it looks like you're maybe just being a bump on a log or just barely getting by or just working to survive every day without doing anything big or major, like you are doing exactly what you're supposed to be doing. I think it's also really easy to just get caught up in the feeling that there's a lot of big things happening in the world right now, and you have to be on top of all of it. You have to be on top of all the presidential stuff. You have to be on top of all the wars. You have to be on top of all the despair that's happening. And sometimes you don't have to be on all of it. Sometimes you're allowed to just exist, just simply exist. So right now, I'm just painting kind of what it felt like in my body during my meditation, what the brain of my tree felt like. I found myself being really cynical lately, and I don't like it. It's putting like a darkness over everything in my life. It's making there's just be like a cloud, a shadowy cloud over everything. And it kind of sucks. And it's almost worse than being depressed because it feels like I'm fully functioning. Like my body, I didn't realize I was being like this. Or with depression, I'm just in a pile and I know something is wrong. But this was masquerading as fine and I was not fine. I was broken, but I didn't realize it. So again, there's no rhyme or reason to this. It's just mind mapping what it felt like in your brain and translating the feeling that you had during your meditation this, into art is really hard. So don't overthink it because if you overthink it, it will be a struggle. And you are just vibing. You're feeling the vibes and you're just going with it, okay? Okay. Next, I think I know I felt yellow, like a golden yellow around the edges. Like I was still glowing. Like I was still functioning and glowing and moving. Like the warmth was sitting right in the edge, was waiting to burst out, but it couldn't burst out yet. But I could also feel this warmth, radiating away from me. Like it wasn't coming, like this warmth wasn't coming just from me. It was coming from wherever my roots were, like wherever my life force was coming from, that's where this warmth was coming from. I'm gonna do gold on this side. Just allowing myself to re-feel that warmth, that vibrancy. Yeah, that feels good. And you know what? I'm gonna extend these blue lines out this way because I mean, honestly, when you are rooted down into something, you feel it deep down. It's not like it just stops at surface level. You feel it all the way. Again, don't worry so much what your art looks like. Worry about what it feels like. When you see this in your book, are you going to be like, wow, I am amazing. My meditations help me grow. My ideas and my thoughts bring me new life and keep me grounded. Like that's what you should. You should be able to look at that and be like, wow, I'm amazing. My brain is amazing. Yeah, there's that. And do one more. And this one needs to be pink. I don't know why. But I feel like I'm embracing some softness this year. I want to embrace like all the softness. And that's just what this layer is going to represent. I don't know why the rest is, but apparently that is what I need to be doing right now. Sometimes we need to pay attention to these little signs that our brain gives us, even if they don't make sense right now, they might make sense soon. They might make sense in 6 months. It might not make sense at all to us this year, and it might just be something fun that our brain is doing. But it's always worth paying attention to. And I've really had like a rough time of it lately, and I realized it all started when my 2-year-old stopped sleeping at the same time as everyone else. Like he stopped taking naps really in October. He started not going to bed until like 11 o'clock or later at night. And if he went to bed early, he was waking up. Like he went to bed at the same time as the other kids. He was waking up at like 2 in the morning, just ready to party. I realized that it was becoming incredibly detrimental to my health and my emotional well being and just like my overall vitality. And man, oh man, it's been a journey, friends. And my husband's been really busy, and I don't have childcare anymore because they are no longer available to me. And things have just been a mess. And like sometimes you forget what the struggle is like. It's almost like having a newborn again. Sort of, not nearly as bad, but like that's the last time I felt like this drowning feeling. And I'm ready to feel good. I'm ready to feel whole and active and alive and just like loving life again. And like it will come, this too shall pass, but wowzers, my friends. It's been a lot. Okay. I am just filling this in with pink. You probably haven't noticed that. I don't know why. It just feels like the right move right now. Sometimes I'm torn between wanting to read a good book and just wanting to go to bed. Like do I want to take time for myself or do I just want to sleep? Does that count? Or do I need to, like, do I need to take more time for myself? And the answer is probably yes, both. Ah, man, but it's hard, my friends. Okay, I'm going to fill these little purple circles in. I don't know with what. And then I'm also going to add more green to this one. I'm going to get this green. Oh my gosh, that's beautiful. And just like add more green life. It kind of feels like leaves to me. Like, even though everything is dormant on the outside, I still have green, living, beautiful things on the inside just waiting to burst out like a pipeline of leaves. It's so silly, and I like it so much. Okay, now for these polka dots. What do I want inside there? I want more purple in there. Maybe. Let's test it. Oh my gosh, that's fun. It's almost too close up color though. I need a different purple. That one was too similar. This one? Yes, that's good. I just had the weirdest thought. I'm gonna share it. I remember, so 2 Octobers ago, my grandpa died. And I remember at his funeral, I have no idea why this is relevant, by the way, but maybe you need to hear it. At his funeral, I had my kids, and Jeremiah was a baby. He was just a couple, he was not even a year old yet. And he smacked his head during the funeral. And I got up, it was towards the end, but I got up, I took him out, I walked out. And as we were like standing out waiting, like the funeral ended and he was happy again, like everything was okay. But people kept coming up to me and being like, "Oh, your grandpa wouldn't have cared if you stayed in there. No one minds a little baby crying. Like it's a sound of happy life." I just remember thinking, did we know the same man? I don't think you and I had the same, like we didn't. That wasn't the same person because my grandpa would not have been happy to hear a baby crying at a funeral, as far as I knew. And sometimes I wonder how much, like, no one really knows all of us, like even my husband, he doesn't know every single thought that I have. He doesn't know everything that goes through my body. He doesn't know every single thing about me, but he knows a lot. But often I wonder, do we show different parts of ourselves to different people for a reason? Like why? Why is it that some people knew my grandpa as this one person and I had not really experienced that side of him, even though I was close-ish, mostly close to him? And I wonder sometimes. It's like when you have lots of different like groups of friends, but those groups of friends don't always get together. So everyone knows you a little bit differently. And even amongst the same group of friends, maybe everyone knows you differently because you all have a different relationship. That's something I think about a lot. We have so many different parts that make us up and so many different aspects of our life. And sometimes not everybody gets to see all of them. Sometimes they're mostly dormant. Hmm. Just food for thought, you know? Like, what of my tree is visible to others? You know, is it just the green? Everyone else just sees the life and the green and like the vitality, but they don't get to see the depth, the inside of the bark. So interesting to me. What part will I let be seen? Maybe I need to let my tree be like a, is it a heffalump? The Sneed, the Dr. Seuss trees. Maybe that's what my tree needs to look like so people can see more of me. So like more people could see more of me instead of just what I choose to show people. Hmm. Man, life is weird. Okay. So we know what the inside of our living tree looks like and what it looks like this is in the winter. What does the outside look like? I am tempted to leave mine blank or just paint it all an icy blue color because wowzers, it's cold out. I think I'm gonna do some silver and maybe also some icy blues. I'll use a bigger paintbrush for this. Yeah, absolutely should. Okay, here's a big one. Going into some silver here, totally ruining my silver. I just want to remember this is the season I'm in, right now. Everything is cold, frigid. I just dyed all of my stuff slightly blue. This is great. Just filling in the icy feeling. I was gonna go with a lighter icy color, but everything has just been so dark lately. I almost went full navy blue, but I thought that was maybe a little too depressing. Don't need it being quite so dark. I'm ready for some sunshine and color and flowers. I need to feel alive again. feel like we probably got a couple, 2 or 3 more good snowstorms that'll happen, and I can't get my hopes up that the snow's melting today. Okay. I wonder if we should go in on this and write things. Right. Yeah, we're going to. I'm going to pause the video really quick so you don't have to hear my blow dryer. I will be right back when it's dry. Okay, so I have dried my painting literally just with the blow dryer. And I have a gel pen, a black gel pen. You could use a black marker. This is just what I had sitting right next to me. That wasn't a Sharpie. I am just going to kind of write notes on this about the feelings and the thoughts that I have, and just like a reminder that this is winter. Oh, it's not black. It's silver. That's less than ideal. Okay, just a minute. Look, it looks black, right? It's not. Are you a dark color? Yeah. Oh, great. That's fun. Winter is a time for rest and internal. I spelled it wrong. Let's pretend like I didn't. Internal growth and internal growth and preparation. Preparation. That seems like I spelled it wrong. Oh well. I'm gonna write the date on here too. 1-24-24. Wow, that's crazy, isn't it? Okay. And I'm gonna grab another color to write. Well, first to outline these babies because these are cool little swirlies. Okay, I'm gonna write glow, glow, even when it's cold. This glow is gonna say even just on the inside. Oh, yay. Okay, I like this. And I'm gonna draw some snowflakes because that feels nice to me. You don't have to do this. You can be like, Emily, you're being so extra. And to that I say obviously yes, because that is my goal. Also, my other goal this year, if you have a kid around right now, I'm so sorry, I'm gonna say this out loud. But my other goal is like when I think the words, dude, fuck off, I kind of want to say it out loud. I just keep seeing like comments and stuff on Instagram and TikTok and YouTube. Maybe people like, there's no reason for you to say that to someone. Like, how rude are you? And then I want to tell them to go F off. I haven't decided if I'm going to be brave enough to do that, but that is the vibe I want to bring into the year. To say that out loud to people more. Like, who do you think you are? Why do you think your opinion matters to this person? It doesn't. You're being a jerk. Okay. All right. Wow. Oh, I love this color. If you want to know what this pen is, it is the hybrid dual metallic K110. I can't tell what the brand is. Hybrid. That must be the brand. Okay. So that's that. I know today was a lot shorter than usual, but I just feel like you can just like dwell on this for a while. Maybe you need to actually go take notes about what each of these things means to you. And you could do it on the back side of your paper if you want. Sometimes simple is fine when we are trying to just mind map. So I'm going to have us just take a few deep breaths. I want you to reach your hands above your head and like scoop up any energy. We're going to close this space, okay? So scoop up the energy, put your hands together above your head, then pull them down and go. Okay, we're going to do that 2 more times. Scoop up all the energy, hands above your head, together, pull them down in front of your face, in front of your chest. Go. One more time. Scoop it up, hands together, pull them in front of you. Okay. My friends, thank you for being here. I'm so glad we got to do this together. And I'll see you again next week. Goodbye.